All right, let's talk Desmond Ridder, final preseason game. We might not get to see him for a while, so got to make a video talking about him now. We're going to start off with this play. It did not start off ideal here in this preseason game. The second interception was just kind of like a Hail Mary type situation. Don't blame him at all for that one. He did the right thing, gave your team a chance. This one, though, maybe I blame him. It's a weird play, so let's get into it. So, yeah. Also, apologies about the poor quality. It gets better in future plays, I promise. It's just, for whatever reason, this play was, came out this way. Not on my end, on their end, so it is what it is. But anyways, you have a receiver who's going to run a route, and really the way that this route is supposed to work is you hit him underneath the safety, but past the linebackers. That's when you really want to make this throw, because you make this throw, then you have a play action involved. The linebackers could be frozen in, and you just hit him before the safety. That's really the key here, but it's going to be kind of just a weird play. Look at how when Ridder takes the snap, he runs the play action, and he fires this one kind of off balance because there was some pressure, but you see the player he's trying to hit, and this throw is just way behind him. So instead, it's going to get intercepted, and this is just, to me, it's one of two things. Either the receiver, ran the wrong route, in which case you can't really blame Ridder for if it's just a wrong route situation, or the other aspect is maybe it was just a missed throw. I don't know. I'm not in the huddle. I can't sit here and say which one it is, unfortunately. So I can take a guess if I want to. My guess would be it's a miscommunication, which I guess, should be mentioned. If it's a miscommunication, it might have been on the quarterback as well. Not all miscommunications are on the receiver. But, that's an option as well. But it's hard to say. So there's a chance he missed the throw horribly. There's a chance he didn't. I guess kind of we have to just sort of sit here and say, yeah, it's the preseason. We're just going to not really use that to our evaluation. I thought he did some nice things. This one's a good play where it's going to be man coverage. It's a 3rd down and 4, and you see a tight end who's running a route that can definitely get open against man coverage. You fake as though you're running a route over the middle, but then get to the outside. This stuff can work. And look, right when it begins, it's working okay. I mean, it's not great. There's no separation. The defensive back is basically creating contact, but he's about to break out a little bit more. Maybe you can gain some separation. If Ridder puts this throw, where he should put it, it definitely can be complete. And as you see, it's just going to be a really accurate throw from Desmond Ridder. And again, that's kind of what you wanted to see there, which is make a very accurate throw, and Ridder did that. If he didn't put it, again, this is kind of one of those weird things where it's not necessarily the guy you hit, right? If it's Madden, it's not necessarily just pressing a button and being done with it. You have to actually put it in the right spot to where the player can make the grab. And I think Ridder did that there. So not just a smart decision, but the correct, just accurate throw as well, putting it at the right spot. There was this play, which is one of those, again, I think is a negative, but I can't say for certain is a negative just because of, I don't see the whole play. All I get is the broadcast footage, but still, you can get a decent idea of what happened with the broadcast footage, and it's going to be zone coverage. You see the coverage on the screen. You have a receiver running a deep route over the middle, and that's where Ridder is going to want to look towards, especially because when Ridder runs a play action, again, a little bit of pressure, but he steps up in the pocket. It doesn't seem like it should affect him, and you have a receiver wide open right here. And so I do have to put an asterisk that it is possible when we didn't see this receiver, right as Ridder is getting ready to throw the football, maybe right after it, he slowed down for a second, or, maybe made a slight move then, and that's why. But I don't know that happened, and my guess is that wouldn't have happened given the situation of the play. To me, I feel like this is just a timing thing. Ridder's throw is just too far. Not a horrible throw. It wasn't massively too far, but it was a little bit out of the receiver's reach. You'd like to see it a bit lower. So again, not a horrible throw by any means. I'm not going to crush him for it, but at the end of the day, this is a huge difference in the game, right? It's just a slight missed throw, but if we're talking about this being an actual football game, this puts you into a 3rd down and 12 at your own 33-yard line instead of a touchdown, probably. I mean, that's a huge swing in a football game that doesn't matter, basically. But again, I thought he did some things well. I thought this play was well. And, kind of one of the things that you like about Ridder is he is someone who, in an ideal world, you see the Ryan Tannehill comparisons. He can be someone who can run an offense well and also can add some stuff on top of just running an offense well. But the way this play works, it's a relatively simple play. It's one that, Arthur Smith likes to run a decent amount where you have a play action to the bottom of the screen. Then Ridder runs up towards the top of the screen. You also have a tight end swinging over in that direction. And right when this play begins, you see how Ridder runs the play action, gets to the outside, and there is an opening. But again, he's off balance. It's not wide open. And ideally, you want to make this throw in a way where a tight end can try to pick up the additional yard. And as you see, I think Ridder does a pretty good job at it. I think Ridder puts it where he wanted to. I feel like tight end could have done a little bit better, making sure he gets to the first down marker. But a good play by Ridder, I would say, throwing off balance, doing the run and offense well type stuff. That's what you ideally want to see from him. And on a play like this, I really like this play from him. We see a lot of, I always am interested in how do you do on these deep shots for the young quarterbacks, because that does make such a difference. If you can hit on these types of plays where it's a one-on-one matchup with no safety help, you hit on this one and great things can happen. And as you see, there's going to be a little bit of an opening, but look at Ridder's throw and how high it is. He threw it over the corner, which is the correct decision to make right there. He did not underthrow that at all. He did not overthrow it. I guess he perfectly threw it. It was a Goldilocks situation. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought about Desmond Ridder and what I thought about him. I think the numbers are worse than his performance was. I think there was some good stuff in his performance. The 2 interceptions, one was just kind of a weird play, and the other was just like, it was an actively fine play by him, so I don't have an issue with that. If I'm doing the turnover-worthy plays thing, I don't count either of them, because the first one I don't know if it is, and the second one I know wasn't. So that's kind of how I view Ridder as a whole. I just have to think Desmond Ridder is going to get playing time this season, right? I just think so. I guess unless the Falcons do better than what I'm expecting them. I'm expecting them to be okay, but I don't think they'll be a playoff team. But if they're in a playoff contention, I think Mariota stays the starter. I think if they're not, at a certain point, if things are going wrong, people are going to want to see what you have in your promising young new quarterback. And I think that Ridder will eventually get some playing time. And I think that's probably going to happen. And it'll be interesting to see really if he's ready. Will he be able to answer the bell? And I think to some degree, probably. I don't think he'll go out there and embarrass himself. I really don't. I think he can come in and do some nice things and play well right away. I think that, there are some things he has to clean up out of his game, but we kind of knew that when we watched him in college. To me, he is the guy that we saw in college, and I'm very fascinated in seeing, will he be able to improve upon that? Will he be able to continue to play well? And I guess we'll only see, who knows when we'll find that out. So yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.